have to stop telling yourself or letting yourself believe that what you have to say or what you have to show or what you have to whatever doesn't matter. You have to stop, because that's what, I don't know how to explain this necessarily, but like, if everyone was sharing their truth all the time, the systems that maintain control of everything, really, like keeping order, would completely be dismantled. Because, like, obviously we know this in a lot of... Ooh. I just got a text, sorry. The systems that are keeping us in a state of productivity rather than creativity would fall. And, like, that would cause a lot of immediate rapid change. And, like, obviously these things need to happen gradually in order for them not to be completely scarily destructive and violent. I don't know, liberation is a very strange thing, and I've been exploring it for the past couple years throughout my own healing journey, because a lot of what's brought me to a point of needing to have a healing journey in the first place is not fitting in a box that would make me a good worker. Somebody who's just like keeping oppressive systems in, I don't know, in a way that was working. Yeah. I'm not reading any... I'm not... Well, actually, I did want to read one of the cards from here. The archetypes. The Wild Unknown Archetypes, by Kim Krans. One of my favorite tools that I have found so far on my own healing journey. I can't remember what number it is, but I will find it. The box. And so, for like a little bit of context, I got this deck several months ago, and originally I was like, oh, I just want to add it. Saw this used by some readers that I enjoy working with, and I was like, I want to add this to my, my collection for my own reading that I do. And then I realized this is a lot more of like a deep self-exploration and also exploration of existence, in a way that I have not found with other decks before. But the box, I really want to read this one because this one helped me a lot. And this is like, I don't know, I was on my walk today, and there's like little side things about the energy of the archetype that is, talked about in these. But I don't know, I really want to just read this entire page because it's like these things just repeat in my head. Yeah. So the box. The cage, the rules, the norm. We all live to some degree within the confines of the box. This archetype represents everything that is known, anticipated, and expected. It holds us in place while simultaneously holding us back from our greatest visions. The box is sneaky, insidious, and everywhere, limiting us at the most unconscious levels. It is built of layer upon layer of social constructs and pressures. Breaking through its confines requires awareness, continued effort, and bravery. The box may appear as expectations from parents, a well-paying but heartless job, the pressure to look or behave like others, or simply to stay small. There is a box around you now, made of some type of confining thought. What is it? The box shifts and morphs as we grow. This is part of its multi-layered nature. Once you break through one layer, another will present itself to you. Keep going. Break through. An exquisite life requires it. And like, yeah. Once you break through one layer, another will present itself to you. Keep going. Break through. An exquisite life requires it. This has been a very significant part of my own personal journey as a non-binary person, as somebody who's I identify as a very creative person, thinking outside of the box. I don't make things that, like, as you can see on my wall, I don't make things that are like aesthetically pleasing most of the time. And that has been weird because, like, as an artist, not approval, but like validation or like acceptance is a huge part of wanting to have that be what you do for work. And there's been a lot of points in my life where people have been like, what the fuck is that? And you have to, like, existing outside of the box is a whole, it's the unknown. It's being in the unknown. It's hard to define. It's hard to put labels on. And it's not even just like with one thing. It's just like one of the big things in this lifetime is like getting outside of the box of what we understand, or like pushing the boundaries of what we think we know or what we think we're supposed to be. And I'm gonna be honest, I think in very abstract terms, so like trying to talk about this is weird, but that's part of the, that's part of the work. That's part of getting outside of the box. Yeah. Everything within the box is known. Everything outside of the box is unknown. That is why it is more comfortable to stay within its walls. Choose freedom. And then this little part is the part that just repeats in my head and has been for the past several months, and I've been trying to think about how to talk about it, and I figured the best way would just be to read it, because Kim Krans is honestly a very inspiring person in my life. I really love the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck and the Tarot deck, and especially the Archetypes deck. Honestly, this has been one of the most significant pieces of work that I have found inspiration with in the past year. Honestly, in a longer than that, but moving outside of the box is exhilarating and expansive, but destabilizing. Others will wonder what you are doing and why. You will too. This is part of the process. And I'm feeling that right now. Talking on a camera, sitting on my floor, and reading about this. It's like, what business do I have talking about these things. I'm still in my healing journey to a very big degree, but like, so are all of us. And that's like the nature of the healing journey. It's never ending. We're never completely healed. And if you that's a complicated thing. Because if you think that you're not healed enough to talk about things or do anything, if you think that you're not ready yet to do what you know you're ready to do, that's just going to keep you limited. But there's a huge amount of bravery that's required in this. And like, as a person who is recovering from like being silenced in a lot of ways by like family members and by partners and by friends, because people do not like to hear what I have to say sometimes, a lot of the time. At least people that I've had in my life so far, but that's besides the point. It's really hard to talk about these things, especially in such an open way. And like, I never thought I would be somebody who's like putting videos on YouTube or like making TikToks or like taking photos of my sketch, like what's in my sketchbook as I'm doing it, and putting that on Instagram. I never like thought I was going to be doing that. I was always like, this does not matter. This is going to annoy people. People are going to make fun of me. No, they're literally not. And like, so what? So much of the time, the things that have inspired me have been bizarre, you know? And like, I don't know, I respond very well to poetry or like quotes and abstract art. And I know that there's a lot of other people out there like that. So like, why withhold those things from the world? And why withhold those things from myself? Because like, also something that's important is reading your own like journals and notebooks. Like, I was just doing that this morning, and I found a letter I wrote to myself about like how grateful I am, or how, at the time, this was like written maybe 2 years ago, and it was like talking about how grateful I am that I had made it to that point. And I was just like, oh my goodness, like, yeah, this is beautiful. I'm so glad that I wrote this all that time ago, and I'm so glad that I'm reading it now, because I've also come so much further from then. Like, celebrate your progress. Moving outside of the box is exhilarating and expansive, but destabilizing. And so, like, progress is never going to just always... real progress is not going to feel comfortable. You have to learn that, and you have to be okay with that, because, like, it's not supposed to be comfortable. In order for humanity to evolve, we have to, like, be willing to do new things and try things and mess up and be willing to learn from those things. Yeah. Highly, highly recommend this. Like, and obviously this is like something that can be used for divination, but it can also be used for understanding. I don't know. I think Jungian concepts are so profoundly helpful for existing in this world at this time, especially. You know, like, I've been reading a lot of things related to Carl Jung and like, the eternal child. This is very significant for right now. And the animal. Like, I could just read these. I could... or even just, like, look at them. like there's so much I could say about these things, but it's also just like there's so much I would rather have people see and feel for themselves about these things. I think that's the true nature of getting to know yourself and getting to know how you interact with the world. Yeah. How each person responds to certain colors or images or symbols or sounds or themes says a lot about what experiences have shaped a person or the energies that are around a person at any particular time. Like, I don't know, for example, the river. This one keeps coming out, by the way. Like, what I see is going to be completely different from what you see. The reflection, the fact that the horse is upside down, the colors. Or like the Bardo. I don't know. I really, really love this deck. I think this is one of the coolest tools I have at my disposal right now. And to be completely honest, I have been feeling like what I am doing is like I was trying to like figure out what is the point of like doing this in the first place. It's for myself to like be comfortable talking about my own experiences. And trying to just like spark something within anybody who happens to see this about like their own healing journey. Because we all gotta help each other out in some ways, and if like that's for me, that's like making these videos and like facing my fear of talking, like literally just even talking. Like the people around me do not give a fuck about what I have to say, and that was like a hard thing to work through. And it was like, then okay, I guess I don't have to talk. I guess I don't have to say anything. That's bullshit. Your voice matters. My voice matters too. And every tiny baby step is still a step. And sometimes you're just gonna fling things out into the void and they're gonna just be out there. And I'm like having to find comfort in doing that. And also the fact that my room is messy right now. I was like, I can't do this until my room is clean. But like, that doesn't matter. This is me. This is like, I don't know, I'm sitting on my yoga mat right now. Just hanging out. Talking to my camera. And it's cool. It's fine. Nobody's gonna care if I have wires sticking out in the background. And if you do, okay. Why? Like, that sounds like a, no offense, that sounds like a you problem and not a me problem. And I'm like telling that to myself to a certain degree because it's like, I overthink things a lot, but don't we all? Anyway, thank you for being here if you stayed till the end. I look forward to talking with you again.